This is Dr. Barbara O'Neill, and today I want to speak to you about something that affects far more people than most realize, yet is rarely explained clearly: hormone imbalance. Especially if you are over 50, you may feel that something inside you has shifted. Your energy is not what it used to be. Your sleep feels lighter, more broken. Your weight changes even though your eating hasn't. Your mood surprises you. Your patience feels thinner. Your motivation comes and goes. And you may quietly ask yourself questions you never had to ask before. Why do I feel so different in my own body? Why do small stresses feel bigger? Why do doctors say my tests are normal when I don't feel normal at all? Hormone imbalance rarely announces itself dramatically. It creeps in quietly, blending into daily life until people begin to assume it is simply aging. But aging itself is not the cause, it is the context. Hormones are messengers. They coordinate energy, mood, sleep, digestion, temperature, appetite, and repair. When they fall out of rhythm, the body feels confusing, unpredictable, and unfamiliar. And what makes this particularly unsettling is that hormone imbalance often looks different in each person. One person feels anxious, another feels flat, another loses it. One sleeps constantly, another cannot sleep at all. And so people begin searching online, through supplements, through diets, hoping to regain balance without fully understanding what balance actually means. This confusion creates fear, and fear itself worsens hormonal disruption. So, today, we are not here to chase hormones or silence symptoms. We are here to understand how hormones work together, why imbalance happens more easily later in life, and why the body often asks for support, not control. One of the most damaging ideas people carry is that hormone imbalance means something is wrong with them. In truth, hormones shift throughout life in response to seasons, stress, reproduction, illness, and recovery. After midlife, the body changes priorities. It no longer focuses on growth and reproduction, it focuses on maintenance and survival. That shift alone alters hormone output. Estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, growth hormone, thyroid hormones, cortisol, insulin, all continue to exist, but in different patterns. The problem is not that hormones decline, the problem is that they lose harmony. Hormones do not act alone. They behave like an orchestra. When one section plays too loudly or too softly, the entire composition feels off. This is why targeting one hormone without understanding the whole system often backfires. Another factor that worsens imbalance is modern stress. Chronic stress pushes cortisol higher for longer periods, and cortisol directly interferes with sex hormones, thyroid function, blood sugar regulation, and sleep hormones. Over time, the body adapts by flattening hormonal responses, which is why people say they feel numb, tired but wired, or emotionally disconnected. Add to this poor sleep, processed foods, toxin exposure, sedentary habits, and unresolved emotional stress, and the endocrine system becomes overstimulated and undernourished at the same time. The body is not broken, it is overloaded. And when overload continues long enough, the body conserves energy by reducing hormone production. This is not failure, it is survival. Understanding this reframes everything. The goal is not to force hormones back to youthful levels, but to restore rhythm, responsiveness, and resilience. One of the most frustrating experiences for people dealing with hormone imbalance is being told that their blood tests are within range, while they feel anything but well. This happens because hormone testing often measures levels at a single moment in time. while hormones themselves fluctuate constantly throughout the day and night. The body is dynamic, not static. A hormone level that appears normal on paper may not be functioning properly at the tissue level. Receptor sensitivity matters, timing matters, interactions matter. For example, thyroid hormone may be present in adequate amounts, but stress hormones can block its action. Insulin may be normal fasting, but unstable after meals. Estrogen may exist, but without adequate progesterone balance. These subtleties rarely appear in standard testing, yet the body feels them immediately. This is why people feel dismissed, confused, or doubting themselves. Over time, they may stop trusting their own sensations. But the body is not lying. Symptoms are communication. They are early warnings, not exaggerations. Fatigue, mood changes, sleep disruption, cravings, temperature sensitivity, and weight shifts are signals that the system is compensating. And compensation has limits. When people ignore these signals long enough, imbalance deepens. When they respond with panic or aggressive intervention, imbalance worsens. The body responds best to calm, consistent support, not sudden correction. This is why understanding hormone balance requires patience. It is not about quick fixes. It is about restoring safety, nourishment, and rhythm so the endocrine system can recalibrate itself. Hormones are not controlled in isolation. They respond constantly to what you eat, how you sleep, how you move, and how safe your nervous system feels. Food is not merely fuel. It is information. Each meal sends signals that influence insulin, cortisol, estrogen metabolism, thyroid activity, and even mood-regulating neurotransmitters. Highly processed foods, excess sugar, refined carbohydrates, and chemical additives confuse these signals. They force insulin spikes, inflame tissues, burden the liver, and disrupt gut bacteria, all of which directly affect hormone balance. On the other hand, simple whole foods provide minerals, fatty acids, and phytonutrients that hormones depend on for production and signaling. Protein stabilizes blood sugar. Healthy fats support hormone synthesis. Fiber assists the elimination of excess hormones through the digestive tract. Without these basics, no supplement or protocol can restore balance. Stress is equally influential. The body cannot distinguish between physical danger and emotional strain. When stress becomes chronic, cortisol remains elevated and the body diverts resources away from repair, digestion, and hormone production. This is why people under constant stress experience hormonal symptoms even with a healthy lifestyle. Sleep disruption compounds the problem. Hormones are repaired and regulated during deep sleep. When sleep is shallow or fragmented, hormone signaling becomes erratic. The solution is not perfection but rhythm. Regular meals, consistent sleep times, gentle movement, and moments of calm signal safety to the endocrine system. When the body feels safe, it regulates itself far more efficiently than when it feels rushed, threatened, or depleted. In the search for relief, many people are tempted to force hormones into submission through aggressive supplementation, synthetic replacements, or rigid protocols. While these approaches may temporarily mask symptoms, they often ignore the underlying imbalance. Hormones are responsive, not obedient. When the body senses external hormone input, it frequently reduces its own production. Over time, this can deepen dependency and suppress natural regulation. This is particularly risky when stress, nutrition, and lifestyle factors remain unchanged. The body interprets forced hormone levels as a signal to shut down internal communication. Balance is lost not because hormones are missing, but because feedback loops are disrupted. Another issue depending on timing, dosage, and individual sensitivity. What helps one person may overwhelm another. This is why hormone imbalance cannot be standardized. The body's wisdom lies in adaptability. Supporting that adaptability means working with the system, not overriding it. Gentle nourishment, stress reduction, digestive support, liver health, and consistent routines allow hormones to recalibrate naturally. This process takes time, but it restores resilience instead of creating dependency. True balance is not achieved through force, it is restored through cooperation. Perhaps the most important truth about hormone imbalance is this: it is not a sign that your body is failing you. It is a sign that your body is asking for a different kind of care. Aging is not the enemy. Confusion and fear are. When people understand that hormones change for a reason, they stop fighting their bodies and begin listening instead. Energy can return. Sleep can deepen. Mood can stabilize. Strength and clarity can be preserved, not by chasing youth, but by honoring balance. The body is remarkably capable of healing when given the right conditions. Small, consistent choices matter more than dramatic interventions. Calm matters more than control. Nourishment matters more than restriction. And trust matters more than fear. Hormone balance is not about becoming who you once were. It is about becoming stable, resilient, and well in the body you have now. When people approach hormone health with patience and respect, the body responds with gratitude. And that is where true vitality begins, not in resisting age, but in aging wisely, steadily, and with confidence. And here is the message many people over 60 rarely hear, but desperately need to: your body is not broken, and it is not betraying you. Hormone imbalance is not a life sentence. It is communication. It is your body's intelligent way of saying, slow down, nourish me, protect me, and work with me. When you understand this, fear begins to loosen its grip. You stop chasing quick fixes and start building steady strength. You realize that healing does not require extreme measures, endless supplements, or constant worry. It requires consistency, patience, and respect for the body's design. Hormones respond beautifully to calm. They respond to regular meals, deep rest, gentle movement, sunlight, and simple foods prepared with care. They respond when the nervous system feels safe, and safety is created not by doing more, but by doing less. Less rushing, less stressing, less comparing yourself to others. Aging does not mean decline by default. Many people experience their most stable years when they finally stop fighting their bodies and start supporting them. Balance returns quietly, often without fanfare. Better sleep first, then clearer thinking, steadier energy, fewer aches, more emotional resilience. These are not miracles. They are natural outcomes of alignment. The body has always known how to heal. It simply needs the space and the signals to do so. When you give it those signals, it responds with gratitude. So instead of asking, "What is wrong with me?" begin asking, "What does my body need right now?" That single shift changes everything. Hormone balance is not about turning back time. It is about stepping forward with wisdom, confidence, and calm. And when you do that, you don't just feel better, you live better, stronger, clearer, more at peace. That is the real promise of balance, and it is available to you at any age. And please do subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates about health.